So an alternative to analysis is querying, which moves from a passive analysis to a active interrogation of your document sets. You can either go from the top navigation, you can go to the home page and scroll down and choose query, or you can upload your documents and start a brand new query from there. Let's upload some documents and start a new query session. Same thing, we want to make sure it detected them as policy documents. Great. And we'll wait a few minutes to have those policy documents go through the query process. Okay, once the query process is complete, if you don't have an account, you will be able to create a free account or continue as a guest, as all the tools available on the site are optional to use as a guest. So once you do that, you'll see the query analysis screen. Up top, you'll be able to see which investigation. You can run a new query. You can go back to the upload screen and upload new documents. You can save a specific investigation, or you can export your conversation. On the right-hand side, you'll see an overview of which documents have been uploaded, so you can see and maintain track of which documents and artifacts you're querying. You can go over to the Analyze function if you'd rather see a passive analysis at any time. Any findings that you identify can be saved on this side, any assumptions you want, and then finally there's an Analytical Lenses section, which we'll come to in a few minutes, which gives you an option to build your next query around a specific analytical lens. But let's take a look at what the query function looks like. So you can ask anything you want of the tool. Let's take a look at something like, can you identify specific barriers to density in these documents? Okay, so we've gotten our results. We scroll back up, we can see that first thing it does is it reframes our inquiry to be a little bit more reflective and less binary in terms of outcomes. It reminds us that they're exploratory, interpretive, and gives us limitations. And then we have three different types of analysis. We have an objective analysis. And again, we can click on any of these arrows to expand those results. There's a systemic analysis, and then there's an equity and justice analysis. And for every single result, there'll be a source evidence within that result, some questions to consider, a related framework where you can learn more, a little bit of questions to consider. You can also jump over to take it to a deeper analysis. It gives you some uncertainty notes, tells you the limitations of its analysis, some general questions to consider, and then you can go in a couple different directions. We can go through a guided conversation. It's asking, giving us some prompts that we can click on to learn more. You can ask a follow-up question directly into the chat, or you can run a different analysis using one of the analytical lenses. Let's take bias. You can click on the bias lens, and then you choose Analyze with Lenses, and that'll run a continued analysis of those documents through the lens of bias. And similar to the previous conversation, it reframes the inquiry. It gives you a set of different results and some themes, some uncertainty notes, some questions to consider, and then you can continue on with your conversation. On the left-hand side, now that we've run one of these investigations, you can see it's saved on the left. You can come back to it whenever you want if you create another conversation or thread at any time. So that's the query function.